Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Some of you might be surprised that I'm doing this live now. Others may not be. The others that are not surprised understands the programming. All right. They also understand who's being programmed. All right. So again, all right. This is the Reluctant Nabi. Let me start off by saying, Havorten Hadu Gudag. Hola, oi to the bem. Basas los. Bonjour, mes amis. Kedu, bawani konnichiwa. Ni hao ni ama. Sani bonani. Jumbo habaragani. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right. Let me do this real quick. I want y'all to get an understanding. Oh, let me fix my do-wah diddy. Bam. No. But I want y'all to get this understanding. One, and I will present this with Roger Goodell had to admit. Let's keep in mind that the Super Bowl is, well, officially not real sports. It is sports entertainment. For those of you who do not know what that means WWE. Now, can the dudes on WWE do the things that they do in real life? And the answer is a quick yes, they can. They have the talent. They know how to do the moves. If you did the moves on your friend, the moves would definitely work. All right. And so the National Football League has become that. It's been fake since Brady and Peyton Manning went to the NFL and had they had the whatchamacallits changed. The rules changed to suit quarterbacks. So basically, football is primarily about the quarterbacks. Now, speaking of which, all right, speaking of which, they wanted to make sure from now on that when you look at football, you looked at somebody that's going to be in line, lockstep with the program. There are some curious things that have been going on in football. And one is that when you look at the amount of people that get in trouble, all right, when you look at the people that get in trouble, you will find that, well, everybody in the football league gets in trouble. Everybody. But you will not find news media covering the Caucasian people that's in trouble as much as they cover the Afro person or the Negroid people that's in trouble. In this country, a whole lot has been going on to even prevent the so-called Negro person from earning an honest living. All right. If they try to go to work, they are not allowed to stand up for themselves in this country. In this country, the country has said that we will not allow the Negro to stand up for himself. Now, I want to show you something real quick. And then we're going to go deep into this rabbit hole here. This is my Google Hangout stuff. Not my Google Hangout. But this is the breakdown of my thing. As you see, since I monetized, all right, and I'm going to turn it off before it hits $400, if it gets there. And I'll explain to you why. I want y'all to notice up here, and y'all should be able to see that, where you see 0 seconds. There was a point where absolutely no one in the whole world watched any of my videos at all, not even for a second. Never in the history of being on YouTube has this ever happened, nor is it possible. I want y'all to understand this. 0 seconds. On January 23rd, they are saying that no one watched not a single second of any one of my videos that I've had up. 0 seconds. Now let's go in here and look at something. I'm telling you, there's a narrative. All right. And I'm setting something up here. So one of the other trends that I started to notice is this, and I'll get to that in a minute. The other way that the people that work at Google was trying to slow me down. So January 23rd, I had 1, 2, 3 videos that I know people were watching because we got comments on them. We got likes and dislikes. But for a time during January 23rd, registered videos of 0 second. Any video that I put up that, and remember, we're talking about me, a person that don't curse. But any videos that I put up that has any indication that we're going to talk about men's issues, someone at Google summarily goes and put this not suitable for most advertisers, confirmed by manual review. Anytime I talk in a video about Afro men's issues, they put this up there. And one of the other things that I noticed is even the video, when I told you so, don't seem like enough. All right. So they had a problem with the title and the thumbnail, which there's nothing wrong with the thumbnail. Entitlement has reached its tipping point. Google says that the advertisers are going to look at that title and they're going to have a problem with it. This was their answer. It's the thumbnail and the title. Well, the thumbnail is just a regular person in a shirt. Oh, it's a black woman. All right. Anything about talking about spirituality on the real. Anything that's been in the news concerning like pastors getting caught. All right. Anything that's been in the news. Anything with Hillary Clinton's picture in it, apparently. Because these are people that's fans of Hillary. The title, when you refuse to learn, you fail the coming crisis. All right. There can't possibly be anything wrong with that. Right. But then you look at the picture. Ooh, can't say nothing about their Hillary Clinton. All right. Anything that you put up about the black community. Now, another thing that they were doing is, even if some of my videos fit the narrative that it should be monetized, I'm going to show you something. And this has everything to do with the Super Bowl you're watching right now. All my videos that look like it's going to go over 1,000, they will stop the income. See, when they put not suitable for most advertisers, they're stopping the money. When I put, this is about Nas and Khalees trying to move his son to Colombia, right? So on my channel, they stop it by confirming it by manual review, but anybody else is allowed to talk about it, right? Well, what did they fear? It didn't quite get there, but they fear because other places it was going to get over 1,000. They're going to stop the commercial viability. Same with this video. Afro Man, don't, all right? Same with the rest of these videos. All right, so what's the takeaway? Are we talking about abject racism? Yes. But then there's a bigger narrative going on when you really look at it. All right. And it's just not me. What's the difference between my channel and other people's channels? I am fervently going to stand up for the rights of Afro men that want to be and desire to be good men and men of the Most High. I am going to tell the truth. Oh, not just tell the truth. I'm going to prove it, show it, put up the data. All right. So that everyone can get an understanding of what people are actually doing to us. All right. You're not allowed to do that. I have somebody at Google that is sticking to my channel like white on rice to make sure that they could block things. And what happens is, if I put my videos up at night, they'll block it during the day. If I put them up during the day, they'll block it sooner. Now, where did I see this kind of attitude happening before? Oh, the NF Mofo L. The NFL. What was the deal with the NFL? Well, the NFL did to another person that decided to stand up for Afro people, regardless of what it may cost them, but on a more grander level. Yeah, Mr. Kaepernick. So why are we still talking about Kaepernick? Notice the guy standing by him with the Falcons, Atlanta Falcons logo on. All right, so the NFL is definitely scripted. All right, the whole point of the NFL now is to make as much money as possible. Oh, and to do it off of the backs of the 70% of so-called black people that play for the NFL. All right. Now, because these dudes are so sold out in their hearts, minds, and they feel that they could to sell out their soul just to make them millions, because their family got to eat, and in their hands they need a whole $1 million a year to eat. All right. When you look at how ludicrous this is, you get the narrative that's happening. So now what happens? You have another brother, Colin Kaepernick, stand up for Afro people. All right. You have a bunch of Afro people that is ardently watching the Super Bowl. It's not a mistake that they had it in Atlanta, Georgia. Nothing about it, from Avril Lavigne to all of the rest of it for the halftime show, nothing about this is a mistake. It's not a mistake. None of this is a mistake. So let me pause real quick and greet everybody that's on here. All right, what's up, Soul Traveler? What's up, Prime Time? What's up, Adonis Brooks? Uh-huh. Because House Meeting Las Vegas doesn't lose. Betting, fantasy, football, etc. And football has become fantasy football. What's up, Freelance Roman? What's up, David Bowman and everyone? Oh, what's up, David Bowman? What's up, Soul Time? All right, what's up, Antonio Johnson? Man, so the same thing happened to Soul Traveler, right? Young Boy 24. What's up, Nisi Ross? What's up, Reginald? Hey, Daniel. Okay, so let's start breaking this down further. All right, let's break this down further. All right, now the Super Bowl has been rigged since. I mean, the Super Bowl football, the whole thing has turned to WWE since Brady and Manning went to the front office and start making all these rules to support the quarterbacks, right? This is no longer a team sport where back in the day you had the defense, the steel curtain, the orange crush, the purple people eaters, all right, where you had um, and you just had the Bears, right? You had people that played real football. You had the quarterbacks that were taking hits. You had a lot of things going on. All right. At some point, the Roger Goodell turned the NFL into sports entertainment. That's the official title of the NFL. It's no longer football; it's sports entertainment. Football, sports entertainment, like the WWE. All right, and then they turned it into the battle of the quarterbacks. All right, as if no one else was on the team. It's all about the quarterbacks. And the only quarterbacks they want to keep safe in the National Football League are the Caucasian ones. Cam Newton, when they made the rule, no leading with the head to hit a quarterback, that was on every Caucasian quarterback, but on Cam Newton, you could do whatever you want. And you still had Sambos that would rather hurt him, you know, for his team, for the jersey. Oh, and basically, when you're paying money, when you're rooting, you're not rooting for the people under the helmet. You're rooting for some jerseys. Period. In football, you are rooting for your jersey. Period. That's all it is. You're rooting for your jersey. All right. So now that they got most of the people sitting down by their TV, brainwashed into watching this fiasco, this brainwashing. What's up, GT Haro McScrooge? All right. Now that they got y'all, not well, apparently there are some of us that's not watching the brainwashing. Now that they got people watching the brainwashing, all right, then they build this game up to have everybody that they can watching it to brainwash them further. And as you look at what I am saying, the people whose image they want to cause harm, When I say the NFL's fake sports messaging to belittle a community, the community that is trying to belittle is the Afro men that are standing up for the community, the children, and the right to be considered human beings. Still, that continuous fight. Only our enemies have changed. Now it is the entire media. It is the black woman that's on their side. All right. And they're using, that's right, freelance Rolling. They're using all the commercials. And the commercials are out and outright lying on the men. The stuff that the women are primarily guilty of, they are putting on the men. The women are 4 times, understand it, women are 4 times more violent than the men. Now, let's look at that. This toxic community that they say is up. How many abortions were there since 73? Oh yeah, over 60 million. 60 million. So when you have 60 million abortions, that's the license to take a life. And then in New York, you make it to go to the 9th month, and there's a group of individuals doing it, and there's no man around, so the man can't make that decision. Then what's toxic? The people that don't want the child aborted, or the people that's going in and killing what's in their womb to the tune of 60 million. Oh, that was only as of 2018. It's 2019. So we don't know what they did last year yet. So what's toxic? Oh, what's toxic? People that get to hit people first, then expect nothing, no reprisal, or people that come up with a system, me too, where most of the people are lying to get at a man and put him in to ruin him. What's up, RMW 357? To ruin a man. We have a system of injustice that is carried out in sports, the legal community, and in commercials in Hollywood, purely against the good man. It's not against the evil man. It is against the good man. And why are they attacking the good man? Because the really toxic individual that's been in the United States is the one that had more abortions, that murdered 60 million people. 60 million people. They took the lives of 60 million people. Put more people in jail and prison falsely than anyone else. Came up with ways to lie. Are robbing people of the knowledge of biology and their deity. So who's toxic? It's not men that's pushing all these laws against nature. All right. It's not these women that's being shot. It wasn't. There has been no woman civil rights leader. Period. There has been no woman civil rights leader. The civil rights leaders get assassinated. Right? Civil rights mean Afro rights to be considered a human being. Those leaders got assassinated. So there is no such thing as a woman civil rights leader. She's a follower that is sending out a message. She ain't leading crap. As a matter of fact, the only thing she's leading is the Caucasians back into the community to finish the job that they did with Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, Hampton. A lot of these people that was trying to stand up for what was right. And then we get a guy that come along in the name of Colin Kaepernick, because he was a quarterback and felt some kind of way about a bunch of men being shot in the back, shot in the front, shot unarmed, no matter how they were facing. The National Football League said you cannot stand up for your rights so long as you're playing for the National Football League. They do not allow that there. You can't stand up against what is wrong because you are a slave in the National Football League. So they blackball him, right? They blackball him too because he was good. All right. So they blackball him. After they blackball him, they say, now what's plan two to further diminish the legacy that this man has started? And at the same time, send a message to all of our field hands, because they ain't in the house. All of our field hands. All right. What's the message we're going to send to them? Right? Well, we are going to send a message that we don't give a F about you. We don't give a F about your people. Just stay on our field. Sing our racist song. Oh, and by the way, we have your women brainwashed to be against you in everything you do. If you rise up to stand up for yourself, we'll bring a black woman to make sure that the world knows, no, half of the population is going to support the evil that these organizations are doing to the Afro men. Period. And they will always find one of high stature. This year is Gladys Knight. All right. And so this is what they write about her. Gladys Knight didn't just play any hometown gig on Sunday, February 3rd. She sang the national anthem in front of thousands of spectators. All right. And so the 74-year-old belted out a soulful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner in a white dress, deaf activist. So they pulled out all the stops. Her quote, I am proud to use my voice to unite, and she didn't unite anything. As a matter of fact, she further separated the true Afro community from the Caucasian establishment. She didn't unite nothing. She sent the message that don't be a man and try to stand up for your rights against these people that have all these millions. You know, the proverbial, okay, I'll deliver the message to your field hand slaves. And that's basically it. It's like the house one coming out telling the field hands, I reckon you better not do what you stand up for yourself. You know, kind of what the black females have been telling many of slaves over and over again. It's better that you don't stand up for yourself. Don't be a man. Now they're calling it toxic to be a man. All right. And she's like, I hope the anthem will touch people in a different way. And you start to think, what in the hell are you saying? It's a racist song. There's only one way it should touch any black person that decides to read all of the lyrics. She said, we've been singing it forever, but that's not true. We haven't been singing it forever. She hopes that the national anthem will, people will feel it so deeply that it will lift them to a higher place. All right. Understand this. She says, get ready, she's coming home. No, get ready, she sold out her soul and her people and the community. All right. And so, and everybody knew this. All right. It came, she was in direct conflict with Colin Kaepernick was standing up for. All right. Period. In direct conflict of what Colin Kaepernick was standing up for. While I'm on this, let me do something real quick. All right, so we're going to look at when did the Star Spangled Banner, all right, become the national anthem. The start. So this is to Gladys Knight. We've been singing it forever. Woodrow Wilson in 1916, he made the national anthem. He signed it as a national anthem by a congressional resolution, March 3rd. Okay, hold on. The Star Spangled Banner was recognized for official use by the United States Navy in 1819. Excuse me, man, I can't talk. 1889. And by the U.S. President Woodrow Wilson in 1916 and was made the national anthem by a congressional resolution March 3rd, 1931. 46 states codified at 36 USC 301, which was signed by President Hoover. All right, I always told you there was a congressional person that chose this to be the Star Spangled Banner. All right, and so it was a British poem. All right, and the congressman they could have used "My Country 'Tis of Thee" because that was one of the songs in America the Beautiful. All right, "My Country 'Tis of Thee," "Sweet Land of Liberty" was never a land of liberty for anyone. Period. So that's where this comes from. That's where this thing comes from. That Gladys Knight thinks that people have been singing it forever. Period. So now let's get to the big fig news. All right. So Gladys Knight said we're going to bring people together. Right? But understand this. This mural in Atlanta was defaced by some people just before this Super Bowl. It's a mural of Black Panther and Colin Kaepernick. And they got Colin Kaepernick in a in a whatchamacallit uniform, right? So let's look at this. All right, let's look at what the report had to say about it so that y'all can understand what's being done. If you stand up for the community, the people like in our case, in my case, it would be Google, YouTube, are saying to me, so long as you stand up, we will make sure we will rob you of funds that should go to your account. All right. So you're going to have a lot of just weird things like 0 days. We are going to look and pick out the things that's going to, well, be popular with the people. And we're going to stop. One, we're going to make sure that, well, only your most ardent subscribers are going to see it. All right. We will hide your channel on Google because they could do that. We will make sure you do not get popular. That's what they're saying. All right. They go a mural of Colin Kaepernick wearing a Falcons uniform near Mercedes-Benz Stadium was destroyed days before Atlanta hosts the Super Bowl, according to a report by Ernie Suggs at the Atlanta Journal. Now, at first, I didn't think it was Kaepernick. Y'all know who I thought it was. What's his name with the dogs, right? Until I saw the Black Panther also next to it. All right. And then they went to the artist. The piece was created by a local artist, Fabian Williams, who depicted the former 49 quarterback next to Muhammad Ali in a Black Panther outfit. All right. Kaepernick was wearing Michael Vick's old number 7 in the mural. All right. Here's a photo of the piece before it was demolished. And it was painted on an abandoned building, but it was destroyed this week. All right. So that's who Gladys Knight is singing the national anthem for. Because for her, that's singing it, and all the rest of the people that's hearing it, it still has the same racist connotation as it was intended to have when it was created by Francis Scott Key. You know, period. The same connotation. All right. And the thing is, you still have people not reading the third voice. Let's say the third voice, the third verse. You know, where is that band who vauntingly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country shall leave us no more? Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and the slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. Yeah, they didn't want the slaves to be saved. All right, but you still got people running around happy to be slaves for a system that means to stomp on our necks anytime we try to make ourselves better or stand up for ourselves and our rights. And for me, I'm like, F Google and all the rest of them. We already know what it is. All right. we are in a place. We are in a place right now that, like I said, we have our enemies on all sides. And the war is for our very souls, our right to be even human. Hold on. And these women, especially the black women, all right. I was in Houston and I was disgusted at the hotel I was staying at because of the black women there saying that they're about women. They ain't about the community. All right. And it lets me know that we should do nothing for them. All right. So, what's Yoshi? All right. You're coming in way late, so I understand why you don't get the title. The NFL is no longer real. Dang, I can't talk. The NFL is not real. Everything is scripted. They wanted the people in the Super Bowl, the Rams, because they got gay cheerleaders, and Brady because they're trying to create an ironclad legacy to make Caucasians the greatest ever to have played the game. All right. It's been scripted since Brady and Manning went to the front office to make special rules for the quarterback. All right. And so the messaging that they promoted this year had everything to do with belittling the Afro community. And by Afro community, I mean specifically the so-called black man who is standing up for his rights and the rights to not be shot unarmed by police, the rights to be able to work in this country. Nope, you don't have that right. You have the right to work, but don't expect to earn a living from your work. In other words, if you put up videos on Google that bring traffic to them and they're paying all the Caucasians, they reserve the right to not pay you if you stand up for yourself. Period. The Super Bowl is all about the last push message till next year. And this message has been all about crushing the message that Colin Kaepernick was standing up for. You know, police brutality, be it fairness in trials. And fairness would be like the police having a trial. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Man, Daniel, that's messed up. All right, and so that explains it. Kaepernick may have been a puppet but when he was standing up for he might again be a puppet. But when he was first taking that knee, he wasn't being a puppet. All right, and we need to stop all that mess every time. And this is the problem. Black people are the problem with black people standing up for other black people. Black people are the problem. And this is why. Because this dude decides to stand up, all right, by taking a knee or whatever. Him and Beast Mode, right? And people are just running around, oh, he's a puppet, this, that, and the other. Always got to find something negative to say about somebody trying to stand up for us. All right. Now, I don't know what he is now. I'm talking about the message that was going on. Period. The message he put up. And then this so-called puppet is suing the NFL. A puppet would have been like, oh, master, I'm so sorry. I'll make a blanket statement and say that the national anthem is so good. But you know what? Being in college, he probably read the thing and knew how evil it was. Period. We are our biggest problem. All right. Anytime somebody tries to stand up, anytime the first people to question their motives is us. The dude lost his job. All right. The dude ain't really getting paid. He's suing the NFL. And that lawsuit is serious. That says to me, not a puppet. He would rather sue them than to get into their demands. Well, he might have been a puppet to play for the NFL, but we're not talking about his tenure as a quarterback. We're talking about what he got, what he gave up to stand up for us. And the first thing we do is we take white people's message to diss our own that's standing up for us. White people put out a narrative like, hold on, tell you who else we do this with. Why do so many people hate LeVar Ball? All right. And while hating him, they hate Lonzo Ball. They wish for Lonzo Ball to fail. And I'm not talking about Caucasians. I'm talking about black people. One, because the media told them to. Why don't the media like LeVar Ball? Well, one, he's been right about a lot of stuff. He's been right about way more things that he's been wrong about. But his three sons now have a legacy and their shoes are kicking off. Matter of fact, when mine come in, I will unbox them. It'll be the only unboxing video I'm going to do. All right. But I'm going to unbox them and let y'all know whether it's worth the price. Right. He's a real man and a real father. Understand this, a real father. And you know who allowed him to be a real father? Oh, his white wife. You know, the very people that everybody say don't marry. It's all about the community. There is no doubt that nobody will ever say that Zoe and the rest of them balls or anything other than the product of their father. Oh, but thanks to their father, they got their own businesses. They got their own name, their own brand. They did all of that despite the establishment. They did it despite the establishment. And now their shoes are getting reviews. And guess what? He's able to now compete with Nike. They are mentioning his shoes in the same breath as Nike, Adidas, and all the rest of that. All right. And so that's basically it. He's not a puppet, but everybody want us to hate him. Why? Because they don't want any other Afro man to get that in their brain that they could be successful at doing their own stuff despite the Caucasian effort. We're supposed to stay on welfare. We're supposed to stay on Section 8 because that's what our mamas want because we'll be under their control. But the Ball family, Kaepernick, everybody that stands up and be strong, the system tells us to hate them. Then rumors get spread about them. All right. And then because we don't study and because we don't appreciate things, we go follow the rumors just right away. All right. And that's that, and that is the fault. That is our fault. We follow rumors right away. Especially when it's a black man, an Afro man. What's up, DJ Dean? Right. Jim Bob is the NFL's primary consumer. All right. It's one of the things I like about soccer. It's consumed all over the world. All right. And so it's why we don't make it so big on the world stage. Yes, they do the same thing to Dame Dash and Trump. All right. Here's the thing. People say Trump is racist, right? I gave people that Trump is prejudiced. I have not met a person, and they say he's whole bunch of bad things, which he probably is, a snob, this, that, and the other, right? But when they said racist, um, I wanted to know, what did he personally do to destroy the black community? Now, we had a brother that pointed out that he wrote a letter and took out 2-page op-ed on the 5 dudes that was accused of rape, right? And turned out they were innocent, and he never backtracked from that, right? And I never call them brilliant foolishness and not prejudice, right? But I've never seen him try to destroy our whole community. Now, here's the problem that I have with people that call him racist. The people that call him racist love Hillary and the Democrats, who actually have nothing but history of destroying us from their inception. Yeah, and that's the thing. He has no problem hiring black people in high positions. There would be a lot more black people working in his administration had they not been afraid of the backlash of the community that told them they need to not work with him. He was about to put a lot of brothers in his administration. But you know who stopped that? Yeah, black people. And not just the black females either. When I say black people, I'm talking about the community as a whole. Right? Who knows what would have happened had them brothers allowed to go in there and work with that guy? How it could, how it could have been an advantage for the community. But the people that hated and didn't want nobody to work for the president of, how you not want somebody to work with and for the president of the United States that's going to control a lot of what you get? But no, we're that ignorant, and we are that just, no, I mean, that's just stupidity on just a whole nother level. All right, understand that. Right, and even after the courts proved that Michael Jackson didn't do anything, all right, now in this age of Me Too, they're bringing stuff back up, all right, and that everybody knows is a lie. So this is what it is. As a matter of fact, it's just an onslaught on black men, while the Caucasians are doing much worse. And well, really, there's not going to be any judgment against them to the Most High. And you know what? You know what? This is all a clue to us, a simple message to us. We need to leave the community alone. We deal with the brothers that treat us like brothers. If we come up and find sisters that treat us like sisters, we deal with the sisters. But as far as the black community as a whole, we don't deal with them. I'm gonna help my brothers. All right. If I find a sister, I'll get with a sister if I found one. I would have gotten at any point had I found a sister, I would have gotten with one. All right. See, a lot of people end up with the other because the sisters are nowhere to be found. All right. So basically, in the meantime, I'm only helping out those worthy of my help. And I'm going to be looking for the worthiness of my help and dedication. Period. All right. And we shall all be the same way. Google, YouTube, A lot of the other left wing kind of stuff. And I used to not talk like left wing because it wasn't really clear cut. I had just as much as a problem with Fox as I had with the Democrats and Hillary Clinton and all the rest of that stuff, Obama, right? But I've never seen such rights taken away from a people where you were not even allowed to allow your boy to grow into a man, that the woman can have him chemically castrated just because she feel like it to get back at you. This place is wicked beyond help. Brothers and sisters, we better separate. For real, for real. Yeah, cutting off welfare is hurting black people, but being on welfare is hurting black people. Yep, you're right, Daniel. It was supposed to, but women start running game on that. Why? Because it gave them power over the men. It gave them power, the power to destroy the child. All right. It gave them power, so they was good with it. All right. One of the things that I wanted to show you, but right, I'm starting to think that too, young boy 24. One of the things that even when I was trying to save Kaepernick's picture directly from Google, it would not allow it. I had to copy, paste it, and then blow it up from a way that I do this. And I was like, really? None of Kaepernick's pictures could you save to your computer? Why would Google do that? Things to make you go, Things to make you go, Yep, things that make you go, Think about that for a minute. All right. So my thing is, we gotta watch our P's and Q's, y'all. We have no friends. There is no righteousness that exists in this country any longer. I'm not sure that righteousness ever did exist, but I know that amongst the people outside of the political arena, we used to be more righteous than this. But everything is garbage with one narrative: destroy the Afro man. After you get him, then you could go after the other Caucasian men. And I'm telling everybody, I'm telling the Caucasian men as well, they better get a clue. Because after they done with us, they're coming after you. Period. All right. I'm waiting for the XFL to come back, see what they do. At least you know it'll be entertaining. But the NFL, you got a lot of us watching it today. Why? Because TV told them to. It doesn't make us any money. As a matter of fact, we waste money on that endeavor. Period. When somebody is programming it to be entertaining and your team may never have the hope of being, especially if it has a black quarterback, you're not going to have a 6-time NFL black quarterback. They will not allow that because this country is still as racist as ever. The thing is, the people that are the most racist towards us are the people we keep electing. Period. I know most of the people on here haven't watched it. All right, because it's still running on. All right. So that's where we are. All right. But I just want to let y'all know what's really going on. All right. It's time for us to start being men and stop falling for this BS. So with that said, I'm out, y'all. Don't forget, my PayPal me link is in the description box for those that care to donate. But before you donate, make sure you take care of your own stuff first. Make sure you got your bills right, your paper right for the things that you need to be a steward of in your own home. Then, if you have some extra, yeah, this brother would most appreciated in that we need the support to do what we do. All right. But you always take care of yourself first. And don't feel bad if you can't, don't ever feel bad that you can't give to a YouTube channel. Come on, y'all. You take care of your business first. I got a call from a brother. He was upset that he couldn't give nothing. He had a situation. I was like, dude, you don't need to call me. I don't need to know your personal situation. All right. You're not really required to give at all. Shoot, y'all doing me a favor. You know what I mean? The stuff that I do, I decided to do that. And when if y'all help me, y'all are doing me a favor. It is not your cross to bear, as they say. All right. It is not your cross to bear. All right. Hold on a second. All right. I appreciate when people can. All right. And I just want y'all to know that if you can and you do, I'm assuming that your stuff is in order. And that makes me happy that your stuff is in enough order to donate to my PayPal. But I don't want nobody struggling to donate. You shouldn't. You take care of yourself first. You take care of your home first. All right. You take care of your own finances before you give to anybody else. But you hit that lottery, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's almost a billion, right? So you hit the lottery, holla at me. You know, when your finances is right, that's when you give, and you give only as much as you can. All right. If you decide to give at all, period. All right. So with that said, y'all, I'm out. My email is also in the description box. All right. Peace, love, and soul. I'll holler at y'all next time.